What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do an All My Love reading for the sign of Pisces. Okay, Pisces, you guys are second during the group 3 zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay? So I was sitting in the Pisces Collective's energy for a minute before starting the reading, and a few cards kind of popped out. Nothing in the main deck, but mostly in the Island Time Wellness deck. Um, Date came up. I Like You definitely came out at least twice. Date actually jumped out of the deck while I was shuffling. And then Lightning kind of stood out to me as well, okay, while shuffling. And Lightning talks about some form of an epiphany. Date talked about, possibly potentially setting a date, or meeting someone new, of some sort. And then I Like You is just specifically that, maybe some light flirting, things like that going on. Maybe a communication of mutual feelings with another person. Now, I will say I was having, I'm not going to say trouble shuffling the decks, but just like slight, mishaps, if you will, in the sense of like dropping two cards while, cutting the decks, things like that, finding it hard to kind of shuffle. So I don't know why, but I kind of got this feeling of like nervous, giddy kind of vibe that either you or someone is having around you, because they're like, I don't know, maybe stroking your ego, or just being very, giving you, lots of compliments, things like that, or vice versa. Okay, so kind of get in where you fit in. We're going to go ahead and get your reading started. We're going to do a light shuffle here. Well, I'm going to actually hard shuffle. I was going to do a light shuffle. But we're going to go ahead and do a hard shuffle for you guys to get started, Pisces, into this energy, which is very light-hearted. Very different from the usual readings that I do for Pisces. But again, this is the All My Love reading, so it's nice to kind of refresh the energy a little bit with a little bit of love for the Pisces collective. Okay. So, and of course, if you guys have not heard already within these last few readings that I've put out, I am about to go on a vacay. But I will still kind of do some readings here and there, up until February. Okay, so it's a chance to help me kind of recenter myself, work on some other things. I do work during the day, so just to kind of recenter myself and get ready to clear the energy out. I do my own kind of respa, of my own spiritual bath, things like that, leading into the new year. So hopefully you guys do the same thing. You've got plenty of readings to view as far as like past energy. You can go on my channel, look at the playlist, and go and check out some other readings for your sign, okay, as needed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. One from the top, which is your energy, where your energy is right now. Then one directly from the bottom, which is the energy of the situation and or person. Okay, and then one energetically, and as you can see, I'm struggling to get this. I don't know why I, turn the cards like I do. It's just habit. But that's what I do. And so I go ahead and I spread them out, and I'm just trying to focus directly on the energy to pick one from the middle, which I'm aiming for this card, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and take it because I'm not looking anywhere else. And this last one is what the energy is between you and the situation and or person. Okay, we're not looking at the bottom of the deck at all, just these three cards here until we get into the next part of your reading, Pisces. So let's see what you have. For your energy, I shuffled. You have humility. Sagittarius also had humility, but it was for the situation and or person. Okay, so you may be tied to a Sagittarius, or you have Sagittarius in your chart. Okay, or that person does. It's just an honorable mention. Doesn't have to be. Okay, now the energy between, well, the energy of the situation and or person is freedom. Okay, and then lastly, the energy between you and the situation or person is release. Okay, release. So let's start off with humility. Very different proceedings than from Sagittarius. So again, humility in your energy, okay, says you have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same but on different paths. Okay, you have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same but on different paths. Okay, so with humility, I feel like with that message in your energy, Pisces, is that you do realize that we're all human, in a sense, but you do have different paths. Not everyone thinks the same, but we are the same. We all bleed. And so you have that humility about you, okay? In the sense of enjoying the moment as it is, and understanding that you have one path and someone else has another, or different thought process than each other, okay? And so just having an understanding of that. Let's get into the person and or situation energy, which is in freedom, okay? Freedom. And sorry if it's kind of like fuzzing up here, okay? Freedom says you are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness, okay? You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness, freedom, okay? Now, that is the energy of the situation and or person. Someone is probably feeling as though they are, willing to kind of open up a little bit. Maybe that's something that they didn't do before. Maybe that's yourself, allowing yourself to give into whatever this person is giving you, as far as their vibes. I definitely will say, obviously, again, new refreshing energy in the Pisces collective. So truly welcome you to the channel. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I'm having problems with my words today. Go ahead and subscribe so that way you can be notified when I drop another reading for your sign, okay? That way you'll know when I'm back from vacation as well, okay? But nonetheless, having the freedom to just really just let things be, okay? And just being more open to kind of, maybe peeling back a layer, if you will, for either someone to see or vice versa to you, okay? Let's go ahead and get into this final card here, which is release, which is the energy between you and the situation and or person, okay? It says you have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving force of the universe, okay? You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe, okay? So releasing what you have no control over, okay? releasing that of over unwanted energies, okay? So, not dealing with whatever it is that you don't want to deal with. You let the universe deal with it, okay? Again, you don't, deal with drama or anything like that. You don't want to, at least. Any negative energies, you release it, okay? So if there's anyone in your past, Pisces, that you need to kind of break free from, you release them into the universe, okay? The past is now the past, okay? Something that I do like to say is fighting with fate just means our past have won, okay? So it's time to release it so that way you can move forward, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your focus, Pisces, and do a light shuffle here again for you guys, just to go with the flow of the energy. And we'll do this light shuffle and then we'll cut by threes. Now, if the beginning of the reading is all for you, then by all means, and that's all you need, then I will see you next time, Pisces. But if you are making it to the end of this reading, I truly appreciate you. And we'll get your messages wrapped up in a few. So, by three here. One from the top and one directly from the bottom. Okay. You can take both of these messages for yourself or towards the situation, or one of each, whatever resonates for you. The first message is not today. Okay. Not today. Not today has someone holding a phone away from them and holding one side of their ear. It says not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or person, boundaries, still angry, okay? Now, like I was saying with this release, okay, and also freedom, okay, is kind of giving me this vibe here of the not today, okay? Not dealing. So, whatever someone's bringing your way, again, like I said, not dealing with any drama, you're not for it. And so you may be avoiding a conversation with someone or setting boundaries for a particular reason, okay? It may be something that's needed for you to do. And so do with it as you will. You are free to have boundaries. People should respect them, okay? If you're not in the mood to really deal with a person, then you're not in the mood. That is your right, okay? And so for some reason, not today is coming up, and it could be, like I said, in regards to your past or someone just being kind of toxic, okay? And so just keep those boundaries, keep that person at bay until you're ready to actually deal with them, okay? So, second message is separation, okay? Separation. Separation has kind of like this rose here with kind of like a thorn, if you will. It's kind of a thorny rose. It says sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future, okay? Again, this could be for a totally different collective of Pisces from this beginning part of your reading, okay? But it does say, again, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future, okay? And so the ones that are kind of sticking out to me the most is the missing you, the thinking about you, and yearning, okay? Sadness a little bit as well, okay? So Pisces, you could be, kind of separated from your person and kind of feeling it, and maybe that is why you're in this not today kind of mood, okay? For some of you, being away from someone has possibly, caused a little bit of sadness and irritability, if you will, okay? If you find yourself not wanting to talk to anyone unless it's that person, or you just want or yearn to talk to that person, it may be time for you to do so, Pisces. In the sense of that date card coming out pre-read. So needing to possibly set a date for talking to this person, like I said, is not today. So whenever you see this, maybe not today, not when your feelings are amplified in a negative way, all right? Until you're ready to actually do what this card says here with the release, okay? And let unwanted energies go to the loving forces of the universe. So whatever you're yearning, again, whatever has caused a separation, is possibly time to reunite once you get all of your feelings in the right order, okay? To present yourself to someone. Now, let's go ahead and get into the last part of your reading, Pisces. What is the outcome of this energy? We have the romance angels here to help us with this question. And hopefully we'll get 2 cards that, resonate with the Pisces collective. Okay. Now, again, I don't put any time frame, unless necessary, unless the universe guides it. But I don't feel any time frame. If any of you are wondering how long should you wait or anything like that, trust your gut, trust your intuition. If it's a week for you, then a week. Okay, depends on your situation. You know your situation better than I do. But again, however long you think it takes for you to calm down, or kind of get your sorts or wits about you before talking to someone, is however long it takes for you. Okay. But just know that you can't keep avoiding a particular conversation if that's what you're continuing to do. It only festers. Okay. So, preparing for Pisces here. I'm going to do hard shuffle for you guys as well. By 3s, one last shuffle. And going to cut by 3s as well. Okay. And so same goes here, 1 from the top and 1 directly from the bottom. You can take both of these for yourself, or both towards a situation and or a person, or one of each. First message is children. Okay, children. I will say children, since I've been doing these All My Love readings, I'm not going to say like consistently, but at the beginning, children was coming out a lot for some of the collective. Okay, it says your love life is being affected by children. Okay, your love life is being affected by children. Now, you do have children here, and they do have pets. Okay, so either you could be a fur parent, okay, as well, or you could be having children, or you have children. It could also be, I'm getting this feeling of finding out someone's take on children, okay, and what their stance is. And so that could possibly be a deal breaker for you. So you kind of got to range how important that is in your life, okay? I previously was a fur parent, so again, if you have children and you're trying to introduce someone into your children's lives, that can be very difficult. Depending on, you got to consider the factors of age, dealing with the co-parent, things like that. I know for me, when I was a fur parent and having someone around my dog, if you treated my dog badly, you gotta go. And so, if you can't rock with my dog, and I mean, I don't have a dog now, but at the time when I did have one, if they did not treat them right, then I was like, you gotta go. If my dog don't like you, I can't like you, because that's a problem. And if kids don't really vibe with a person, it can make it hard on you, but you do have to realize, that you do have a life to live, but kids are pretty much a very good judge of character. But you do have to look out for you as well. Okay, it's a very sensitive topic, so I'm not going to dig too deep into it, Pisces, but just covering everyone. Okay, as that is sometimes a probability, that sometimes can be a deal breaker. Okay, but that could possibly be playing a factor in your relationship, but not in the sense of keeping you from having it, just a discussion that possibly needs to be had. Okay, so last message here for you guys is chemistry. Okay, chemistry. It says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Now, I know that seems odd, coming from separation coming out and not today, but you have to remember that the Pisces collective is a various amount of energies, okay, coming together on this reading. And so, wherever you fit, take what resonates and pass the rest, okay? So, obviously, if you're in separation with this person, it may not be a full on breakup. It could just be maybe work has gotten in the way. You haven't really been able to talk to one another. But distance does make the heart grow fonder, okay? So, again, remember I said yearning is one of the things that I paid the most attention to in the separation card, okay? And so I don't feel like, and missing you is in here as well, and thinking about you, okay? And so, in the sense of the unsure of the future, it could be just someone wondering if their current situation as far as maybe work or something like that may interfere with having a relationship with you, Pisces, or vice versa. It could be something you're worried about, because sometimes quality time is necessary, but again, like I said, if there's this super magnetic chemistry between you and this person, then there will always be yearning to be with one another, and you'll find a way around it, okay? You just have to make the effort to do so, okay? Which was part of the Sagittarius reading. So, again, you could have Sagittarius in your chart, or your person does, or that sign is in your energy somewhere, okay? For someone, all right? But nonetheless, that is all that I have for you guys, Pisces, today. Again, like I said, I'll be doing random reads throughout my vacation sporadically. No set date on those. So hopefully you will catch those when you can. All right. So until then, peace and happy holidays.